but okay, so we're going to call to order the meeting of the Environmental Protection Committee today, January 14th, 2025. And thanks for accommodating 2 o'clock from now on. I hope that's okay for everybody. And so does anybody have any corrections to the minutes or no? Is it killing you with the kids?
It's not killing me, but it's okay.
I didn't even, it was asked if I would and I said I don't care.
Well, we were trying to get them closer together.
Okay, yes, Deb's committee before.
But we can.
We'll talk.
Yeah, we can talk about
make
it
it farther.
No, because I pushed mine.
We'll talk. Bartis, come on.
12:30 instead of 1:30.
Mm-hmm.
Hers was 1:30, mine was 12:30. So they were 2 hours apart. Hers was 2.
Shannon, thanks for joining us.
She was trying it, yeah, but we'll talk. Okay, I didn't even think. I just
gotta
said
have the
sure.
approval of the minutes.
I just said sure. Yes, does anybody have any? Okay, Legislator Brown
Second.
and Legislator Kelly, all in favor? Bing. Okay, so Shannon's here from WEP, Water Environment Protection. The first thing is always a great thing, and it's accepting funds. And I was reading it. This is like from. Can you just explain what it is?
Yeah,
It's
so-
from like 2011 or something.
Well, no, so this is actually, and I did bring a lot of the facts because I anticipate some of the questions.
Yes.
This is one of our Green Streets projects as part of our CSO Stormwater Abatement Program that we've been doing under Save the Rain. It's been in place. These projects are authorized under the original 2011 bond resolutions that were set up for our 3 different CSO sewer sheds. This project, which is in the Clinton sewer shed, which means nothing to you guys, but it is tributary to Onondaga Creek, is, again, partnering with the city and doing, when they do a street redevelopment, we go in, you'll see the figure there behind you. It's not the best coloring at all, actually, and it's weird the way it's popping up. It's lost all of its labeling. But you'll see some shaded areas, like the purple areas. The main street is cutting diagonal to the lower left corner up to the right. And I'm not going to remember the names. I think that's Townsend. We're doing, that's actually Willow Street. There's some of them are coming back. So Willow Street, there'll be some brick pavers, some trees, and again, anything to collect that off the surface runoff, detain it, keep it from going into the storm sewers, keep it collecting with our sanitary waste, keeping it out of the creeks.
Can I just ask you quick? So Willow is the purple, like.
Yeah, it's actually going
by
from the
the
bottom
reddish
left corner up to the
orange.
1A. Yeah.
Okay,
there you
thank
go,
you.
Dan. Thank
Thanks,
you.
Dan. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
Van White, and then actually Townsend, and actually is down by the
Oh,
legend
yeah,
and it goes
okay.
up. So they're kind of running perpendicular, and it's that whole area. And again, these improvements will remove 2.6 million gallons of stormwater out of the sanitary sewer system. And so because of this, and we've had a very successful partnership with the Environmental Facility Corp, which is the funding arm for a lot of the infrastructure we do. And this is their Green Infrastructure Grant Program. It requires just a 10% match, a local match. So it's a cap of $2 million. So it's a $3 million project. We're getting $2 million in grant. And the $1 million that we're gonna do from a local match is coming under the Clinton CSO capital project authorization. So we've had all the prior authorizations for it. All we're looking for you guys is authorizing the execution of the grant agreement so we can get the money. With that, are there any questions?
So I had a question just in terms of process. So is it as the city goes, like could it be over 5 years, or is there a limit, or is it like, are there earmarked projects like we're gonna put these permeable pavers and shore up these trees, and how does that work?
So and we're kind of in a transition, but the way the program worked for a really long time was we had a team that met with the city, and I think it was under their Dig Once program. Mm-hmm. So if they knew they had a street that needed to be rebuilt, or they had a water line project, and they would come to our team and say, hey, which sewer shed is this in? Is this an area that's viable? And so we try and partner with them for these projects to bundle it up with something that they're already doing so that the local community gets the biggest bang for it. The reality is that we've met attainment in all of our CSO watersheds. So this program is actually starting to slow down and wind down. This is one of the last major Green Street projects until our new program starts back up. So we've got a new collection system program that we just executed the contracts for. And so we'll be probably coming back within the next year or two with whatever new form this program is going to take.
So we kind of wait for the city to come to us, are we sure?
Not necessarily.
Okay.
And again, I think what you're gonna see under the new program is we are going to prioritize on areas where we know we've got a lot of capacity or a lot of issues. And so we're gonna want to, partner with them and say, hey, we really wanna be working in this area. We know we've got these pipes. So it's kind of a two-way, yes, we wanna work with them if they've got a street that's gonna get dug up and we've got something there and it's advantageous to us. But we also want to be able to driving things that meet our priorities. So, I think it's been a pretty good working relationship over the years.
Awesome. And then my final question, just so I think I know the answer, but I don't know the scale because the numbers sound huge all the time. How does that really translate to a bang for your buck or taking off of the load on our system?
I think from the dollars per gallon per treatment, that's a good question. I'm gonna have to get back to you.
Yeah, I just was curious.
Like the percentage of the total flow going to Metro.
Yeah, because we see these numbers and it's like, oh, wow.
It's a
that's
lot, right?
But you want to, of course, we hope that since 2011, Save the Rain and all these programs has done.
What is the total reduction at Metro?
I'm just kind of curious.
let me get back to you on that.
Yourself together.
Let me get back to you because we had that question too, and I think where it came up was with the DOT. They are going to be building as a whole new storm sewer system. The community, when I say us, the community, there's a new storm sewer system, and the numbers are orders of magnitude higher than this. And so the question was asked at a public meeting: what does this mean for Metro? What kind of capacity do we get back? I'll get back to you on that.
Awesome, I appreciate it. Anybody?
Sorry, go ahead. I had the same question.
You did? I'm gonna ask it again.
I think you did okay.
It's a good question.
I'm going journalist.
Yeah.
Dan, go ahead.
When you say DOT, you're talking about the 81 project?
Yes.
And my question here is, a lot of it looks like it's in the right of way, but then you see the private parcels. What's gonna happen?
So
What looks
all
like
of
a-
it, all of our work is in the right of ways, and I think some of that purple shading that you're looking at is actually what we call the watershed. So it's kind of delineating what the impervious areas are that are going to contribute to this. So we're trying to figure out how much water will run to it. So that purple outline is actually outlining the area that the stormwater will drain from into the streets, and we're going to capture. Does that make sense? Like, for example, the big giant purple area at the northeast corner of Townsend and Willow.
Yep.
I think that's either parking
It's a
lot or
parking lot.
roof. Yeah, it's a parking lot. So, and you can see that dark purple line that kind of cuts it. That's the path. Like that's the direction of the boundary of where the water's going to run off of it. So we're not doing work in that area, but we're going to manage the water that's coming from that area. Good.
Yeah, I mean, it's at the bottom of the hill, though. I was just surprised that everything at the top of Prospect and Townsend just doesn't come down. I don't.
Well,
There's no science behind it.
let's have an offline conversation about grading.
I was gonna
All the
ask, so
great-
these are topographic lines?
They are topographic lines.
In terms of the geography?
Uh-huh.
Because I look at that and it looks like
There's
these
certain,
massive peaks and I don't picture that for that area, I guess.
so some of them look massive because they are actually drawing the topographic lines around buildings and stuff too. So
okay,
like,
gotcha.
if you move one block over, you can see the parking garage, and see how there's a whole bunch of white lines bunched together?
Yeah.
It's trying to draw the grade lines on the parking garage.
Deb, did you have something to?
I was just curious, when was the last project done? How long's it been since the last one?
Salina, there was a project, and I think we finished it up. We started it maybe during COVID. So I think that was the last major green streets of this magnitude. I think there's been some smaller ones that have been like in a couple $100,000 range, but nothing of this magnitude recently.
In terms of a percentage, where are we at? You said that we're meeting all of our attainment levels for our combined CSO watersheds, but are we at a level where we have the capacity to deal with some of the adverse weather events that we've seen over the last several years?
Two separate issues. In terms of, so we are under consent order still with the state related to our combined sewer system. So we've obtained capture of the rainwater for the storm level event. So we are in compliance with that portion of it. We're not in compliance with the water quality within the receiving water bodies. And so that's something that we're working through with DEC now to look at and say, where is it coming from? How much are we contributing to it? How much of it is already coming in from upstream sources. And again, so that's what our new program is going to be looking at is, so what is the next step?
Sure.
How do we now get into the water quality issue and deal with that?
Okay, everybody good? Okay, so then I just need a motion for item 1A, which is authorizing the execution of agreements to accept that grant funding for $2 million with the Prospect Hill Green Corridor project.
I'll move it.
Okay, Cody Kelly, and the second, Legislator Deb Cody, all in favor? And
Thanks, guys.
that
Appreciate it.
moves forward. Okay, item 2, which is just informational. And how are you? Introduce yourself, people that don't know. It's great to see you.
No, I think I know just about everybody. So for the record, Sydney Johnson. I'm the incoming Deputy County Executive who will assume physical services as Mary Beth Primo retires, and happy to be here.
And so this is the big dollar item. And we're going to discuss amending the budget to make funds available in support of the Onondaga County Water Redevelopment Corporation, $20 million, as we all, I think, understand, this pertains to Mayflower.
Yes, so thank you for the opportunity. This is really connected to the LDC, which is called OPWORK, so I'm learning all these acronyms. So as Julie said, it's the Water Redevelopment Corporation that is in place to handle the industrial wastewater treatment facility project. So this is in place that'll support the semiconductor industry that is being built and that will be up in the northern part of the county. And so I know I don't need to tell you about Micron, but I think this isn't about Micron. This is really about an industry and economic development that goes with it. So this LDC, and they've been working very hard. Shannon is part of this project, obviously. I've done a 30-day study up on it, so don't ask me a lot because I don't know yet. But I will tell you that the project is moving along at a very quick pace, which is important that we stay on pace. This loan, and it is a loan, will allow the project to continue forward, and we will get to where we should be with a design, build, operate part of the project that starts to put people in place and get contracts done so we can stay on course.
Can you explain the process for so much as you can? So
For wastewater?
for no. The money. Okay.
The money,
So the
yeah.
ask is
The ask is 20 million.
It's 20 million, and how does that get spent? What is there a timeline? I know you're not.
Yeah, no, I can tell you a little bit about that. So the 20 million is a loan. What is, I think the two key points are, there's a 30% DBO point of the project, and that's getting all of the design, build, the RFP out, see all these initials, out, so we can start to get contract done. So the loan gets the LDC to the critical point, which is the 30% point, so contracts are done. At that point, obviously, the LDC will go out to do financing.
Okay.
So this is a loan to get to that point.
Okay.
And at that point, then they will go into the financing part for the LDC for the entire project. And I think as you'll see on this resolution, we will make priority for repayment for this loan.
Okay. So is there any indication of how in repayment? I mean, I know you're not going to be able to. You got to go out. If we were to approve this, then you have to go out. But what is the?
They'll go out to the bond market.
Yeah. So what's the time frame on that? I mean, I know if there's a flexible time frame.
Yeah, and I don't want to get too deep into that because I'm not the expert in that area, but I think we're looking at probably mid-late fall for that to occur and hopefully get closing. I don't know within that window, but obviously we're going to move fast on that part. But it would probably be in the fall.
Yes.
So this is an informational official already action or anything, right? But we just wanted to
start the conversation with a group of people, and so here we are. We're just trying to get the discussion started. Obviously, this is going to just keep going forward, but thought that this would be a great place to start and lay it out. Obviously, the leadership's been brought up to speed, but we just want to bring more people into the discussion and get information going, so.
Go to Ways and Means?
Yes.
Ways and Means, and then if it goes through Ways and Means. Okay.
So one of the things that I've come across related to this item that I don't have a ton of experience with is just the mechanics of a loan like this, and it's been referred to as a cash flow loan. I don't know if you or maybe Christy could explain what the mechanics of that are.
So obviously the loan to the LBC will be, it'll be structured most likely.
So we've done this in loaned money out like for oversight and different things, and then there's a repayment term on it. I don't know the final discussions have been made in terms of how we're going to tranche out the 20 million at this point. So I think that's more to come based on, you know, as we get further down the design. Yeah.
So I'm not sure if anyone can answer this. How long does it take once, so it comes to the LDC and then go out for the loans? How long does it take to hear back, or what's the time process? Joe, you might know, right? No?
For the,
To get the loan.
oh,
I'm just curious.
following up.
Yeah.
So you mean for the bond you're talking
Oh,
about?
sorry, yeah, for the bond. We give the loan and then it comes to our crew and then we,
Yeah, there is
It's,
a process.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
So the loan from the county to the LDC is gonna be used to get us to 30% design.
Yeah.
30% design helps us have
Effort in identifying what our costs are going to be in order to get this industrial up and running. At that point, we negotiate with the end users their agreement to use that facility. And we use those negotiated agreements, those end user agreements. That's what collateralizes us for, well, I shouldn't say us, the LDC to go out to the market and finance this. So what you're looking at, as Sid has said, is probably in the fall, we'll be at a point where we have those end user agreements in place that will allow the LDC to issue the debt, and will allow the LDC then to repay the short-term financing that the ledge is being asked to consider.
okay, I'm ready. Hang on one second. Okay. Okay, anybody else? It's a good starter, everybody, food for thought. Show up at Ways and Means. No, just kidding. No, does anybody have anything else?
And to be clear, this is related to industrial treatment
Right.
at those facilities, correct?
Right, and it's the industrial wastewater part.
This is, I mean, I don't want to speak for it. I feel like we knew eventually this would be coming to us, so it's
This is
not
a
a great surprise.
thing.
Here we are,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, it's nice to try to figure out some timelines and some process and then bring it to another committee so anybody can, you know, start to think about stuff.
Yeah, so I guess that's to your point, is this strictly going to be used for that? Or are other, like, residential feeds gonna be in this? as
It's
well?
industrial,
Just, so it's not
It's
gonna be connected to
industrial.
anything else? Okay.
no,
Okay.
because, and Shannon's team has done a lot of work on, so Oak Orchard, which is on the website,
Yeah.
is being renovated and expanded to handle the municipal part.
But is this a closed circuit then, or is it gonna feed in somewhere or be dumped out somewhere? Where's the,
Now you're asking me technical. I think they may coexist parallel to each other.
Still working through the details
Yeah.
of that, but we both have.
Yeah.
LDC has a program management team, we have a program management team, we're working in parallel and with DEC. to figure out, you know, there's obviously gonna be a lot of environmental permitting.
Right.
That's gonna go into where the water goes and how much of it, and whose of it gets sold back to Micron.
For the
There's a
reclaim.
lot.
Yeah.
But I will tell you this, the two teams are working very closely together, so there's a good check and balance on both sides.
Anybody else? Well, welcome.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you
We
all. Good
appreciate
to
it.
see you.
We'll see you a lot, I'm thinking.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, anybody have anything else? Okay, then we're adjourned.
You bet.